Good morning, broadcasters. 360 Seconds news and commentary for broadcast professionals is on the air. I'm Maria Kholodova from TKT. Let's discuss the latest technological news with our respected experts, Philip Grossman and Mary Seidler. Don't forget to give the program a like. Over 1,000 LiveU field units were used by broadcasters and sports organizations from 60 countries in Qatar. The World Cup saw a 160% increase in live sessions, going up to 78,000, with 40% of them over 5G. Philip, how do LiveU units play a critical role in the tournament's coverage?
Well, I was thinking about this last weekend because I was talking to some friends about mobile units. And one of the things that this is enabling is sort of the democratization of anything, sports specifically. In the past, you required one big company to do everything, and then if you were lucky, you could buy into getting that stream. Now, because of the ability basically to anybody to become a broadcaster high quality with these systems, it really is enabling a much broader analysis, overview, coverage of events instead of just being the game itself and maybe one or two of the stars. It's now a much broader coverage with talking to coaches and basically anything you want because the units are so small. And one of the things I think that was interesting is just the sheer number that are doing 5G. And the 5G technology, as much as it is about bandwidth, which is great. It's really about the latency. Latency has always been an issue with any type of mobile coverage, satellite being close to a second sometimes. And the 5G, the latencies are really subframed latencies, and so this again allows storytelling to increase, become broader. And I'm excited to see where this technology goes, especially as we start to look at the next generation of cell services that'll be coming down the pipe in the next 2 to 3 years, and the further exploitation of these types of devices.
And Mary, how did you feel about the World Cup coverage from the audio perspective?
I thought it was wonderful. I think it's interesting with LiveU that they're really emphasizing now better battery life, and also talking a lot about applications that are outside broadcasting. And Philip is absolutely right. These units are becoming smaller, more compact. Everything's together. Their latest units are streaming, directly, and having different paths. It just makes things so much easier. And I think, although you see some of the larger traditional broadcasts not being quite as spectacular, you'll see a lot more smaller broadcasts that look every bit as professional and sound every bit as professional. The most important thing.
Great. Now moving on to ClearCom. Visitors of ISE 2023 are invited to explore the ClearCom's portfolio of intercom systems, including the award-winning Arcadia Central Station with HelixNet Digital Network Partyline integration, the new V-Series IrisX IP Panel, and a range of virtual intercom clients, including the Agent IC mobile app and Agent IC desktop client. So, Mary, I know that you feel strongly about intercom systems, so tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, you think about it, intercoms up until probably 10 years ago, there wasn't a lot of innovation. These systems just work, and they are the backbone of any large video broadcast, but also radio too, if it's a large production. And I'm thrilled to see that now all of a sudden you're seeing a tremendous amount of innovation in intercom. ClearCom has implemented AES-67 and Dante, and they've used a lot of voice over IP technology to actually make new virtual products. Philip, are you seeing a lot of discussion around the newer innovations in intercom?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big issues with intercom in the past has been expandability. And when everybody was centrally located in a production facility or in a truck, it wasn't as big of an issue. But now with IP in general and the fact that you have productions happening across the world and teams spread out and being able to do much more of this virtualized production, for lack of a better term, intercom becomes very, very important. And seeing the adoption of sort of that voice over IP technology, you said there wasn't a lot of advancement over the last 10 years or so. You'd see little things here, but in the last 3 to 5 years, you've really seen this adoption of voice over IP type technologies, the adoption of AES-67. I think we're going to see a larger integration intercom was always sort of separate from audio within the production world. I think we're going to see more integration of those two components because the technologies are aligning. Obviously, 2110 uses AES67, and some Dante, which is a part of AES67 or had utilized AES67. So we're going to see a lot more of this integration. In my former life where I did a lot of telecom, IP telephony was, the expandability was unbelievable. And now we're seeing that. I just think it's going to lend itself to larger virtualized productions, making those things capable, things that we haven't seen in the last 15 years because of the limitations of SDI and the related technologies that this is now going to extend into from a production standpoint.
Great. Well, that's all the time that we have today. Many thanks to our experts, Philip and Mary. And don't forget to comment on the news that we've discussed. See you next Monday at the same time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.